guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of all signs for the full moon in Cancer. So I'm going to read a little bit first, pull some oracle, and then I will talk to you about the full moon, and then we'll jump into tarot. So it's time stamped for your convenience. Let's pull from Queen of the Moon Oracle, get a card just to see what, well, there, wanted to come through. Let's see what we get. We get the cover art, Sovereignty. You know why I love this? Because the full moon is in Cancer, and the moon rules the sign of Cancer. So to me, it's like the moon's homecoming. She's coming home. And so this feels very powerful, potent. The moon's in her sovereignty. So what a perfect card to pull. Card 41. Queen of the Moon, Sovereignty. Yes. So I'm going to jump into the book and read. It says, you have sovereignty over your own life. Act with grace and confidence. You have the ability to unite disparate people and views should you choose to do so. The buck stops with you. You are powerful. Act like it. So, yeah, goddesses of the moon are one of the oldest kinds of feminine divine and feature in mythologies from almost every corner of the globe, from Diana of ancient Rome and of the Greek Artemis to the Semitic Astarte and Hina from Polynesia. The link with the feminine divine and the lunar planet and cycles is a strong one. These goddesses in all their myriad of forms were extremely powerful and demonstrated to women that they naturally had power as well. We should strive to be the powerful queens of our own domain. I've been saying this in a lot of readings lately. Women especially have been socialized to defer, to keep small, to be quiet, and to hold a very twisted kind of service that borders on servitude. While in many first world countries women can choose to be what they wish to be on paper, women still experience inequality in most countries in areas such as wage disparity and an imbalance of the numbers of women in government or in high-level board positions. However, what has been accepted in the past is not what will be accepted in the future. A new queendom is coming. When we reign over our own lives, it is us that take on the responsibility for our own change and decisions. The Moon Queen knows that we, just under the divine, are our own rulers. And as such, the buck stops here. Therefore, it is worth us investing in growing our own self-awareness, our own self-trust, self-care, and self-esteem in real and practical ways. We must, as any queen would, set firm boundaries to protect our queendom and those who are under our protection. This does not mean we become cruel rulers. We should always aim for benevolence, fairness, and a great love for all, as well as for ourselves. It does mean we may have to push against those who do not respect our line in the sand. Yes, yes, yes. Well, that couldn't have been any more perfect. Kind of love it. Yeah, Sovereignty, Queen of the Moon. Came out for a reason, folks. So before I jump into the tarot spread, let me talk to you about this full moon. I do kind of curate notes from various astrologers and newsletters that I receive. So you're going to see me read off my notes. So we are having our first full moon of 2025 at 24 degrees. It's actually like 23 degrees and, 59 minutes. So it's like literally 1 minute away from being 24 degrees. So I'm just going to pop it up to 24 degrees of the sign of Cancer. It will rise to its fullest peak at 5:26 p.m. Eastern time here on the 13th, which means that for some parts of the world, it will actually be on the 14th of January. So check your local listings. Cancer rules the fourth house, and the moon rules Cancer, but the house of home, of the mother, of nurturance and safety, our private lives, our private selves. The moon rules Cancer, as I just said. So this is the moon coming home to herself, to her home base. Cancer's gift is the ability to create home in all of its forms wherever we go. This theme feels especially relevant now because Mars is retrograde in the sign of Cancer. And so he kind of slows us down when he's retrograde, forcing a reckoning with our relationship to security, emotional safety. And the retrograde invites a period of reflection always. Whatever planet's retrograde, it's forcing us to kind of pull back and reflect, right? And so the full moon offers a moment of revelation, right? It illuminates things and it reveals things. So where have we been resisting change out of fear? Where might surrender open the door to something more nourishing? It invites us to embrace the paradox that the more we trust life's fluidity, the more grounded we become, right? There's a paradox there. The full moon in Cancer is a powerful time for emotional healing, reflection, and nurturing your inner self. Cancer is associated with emotions and intuition. You know, when I hold up the moon card, and the moon card in tarot is associated with the sign of Pisces. But I always tell you, it's also about emotions and intuition. So there is a connection there because the moon rules Cancer. So there's this weird thing. But the high priestess in tarot is associated with the moon, and the moon rules Cancer. So I've learned a little bit in my growth as a tarot reader of that interesting connection of those two cards. So we wanted to celebrate this full moon by indulging in self-care, creating a cozy environment for ourselves, take a warm bath maybe, with some lavender, Epsom salts, whatever it is that fosters a little bit of healing, cleansing, engage in activities that make you feel nurtured and cared for. This full moon will enhance your intuition. So you want to pay attention to your dreams, your intuitive, your gut feelings. During this time, your soul is providing you with insights that will help guide you on your path. So as the first full moon of the year, this lunation asks us to kind of commit to what matters most at the beginning. Cancer's wisdom is clear. Well-being isn't a byproduct of success. Now remember, when we have a full moon, it's always opposite the sun, right? That's the thing. Both the luminaries are battling who's brightest, right? They're kind of competing in that opposition. And the sun is in Capricorn, which rules the 10th house of our outer lives, our careers, our ambitions, who we are in our, outward life. It's about success and ambition and all that. So well-being isn't always a byproduct of success, productivity, and external validation. It's a foundation we build through care, through connection, and the courage to honor what we truly need. If we set the right priorities now, the year ahead unfolds from a place of emotional security rather than reactionary defense. So I take that to mean if we focus here and now on what's important, what matters most at the beginning for our sense of safety, security, what we need from our connections, what we need in our immediate environment to feel safe and secure. If that's our focus here right now with this full moon and everything else that we need to release that's in the way of that, all the extraneous stuff that we think is really important, then we're laying the groundwork to build something more successful as the year unfolds. Okay, because we know what's important. So this is the moment to ask, what do I need to feel at home in myself? What relationships, practices, and commitments nourish my sense of belonging? And what outdated patterns of self-protection am I finally ready to release? Cancer reminds us that true strength isn't about isolation, it's about interdependence. May we all move forward making choices that support not just surviving, but thriving. Okay, so that's a really beautiful note to end this little intro to the full moon in Cancer on. I hope it was helpful and supportive. And what a powerful card to get. Yes, it is about our sovereignty, feeling home in ourselves, safe within the home we create in ourselves and our immediate environments. So that's what I'm sending to you for the full moon blessings for this full moon in Cancer. Do remember, full moons are about gratitude for all you've accomplished, for how we've made it from 2024 into 2025, and for also release. It's a culmination. It's a big sort of release point for the letting go of things that you don't need anymore, that you don't want to carry forward anymore. And that in your manifestation process, if you do work with the new moon as a manifestation tool, that this is the point where you say, all right, I'm sort of back at the drawing board looking at my process, and now I know I've reached this point and I got to let go of a few things that are in the way, that aren't serving me. And so then you let it go, and then you begin to kind of go out into the waning, right, where we're getting smaller, 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 smaller. And then at the new moon, we set intentions, and then we build momentum on that, and we grow and grow and grow. So that's the process. Okay? All right. Here we go. Let's jump in and do a spread. We'll see how we are being supported by this full moon, maybe what's being illuminated. And then in the extended, I go all the way around the zodiac and do mini spreads for each sign. This time I'm doing them in order, Aries through Pisces, in order of the zodiac. And the link for that is below. If you have any of the memberships, you already get that as part of your membership. So just go to moments.com and log in, and you'll see your extended there. Okay, otherwise you can grab that below. Here we go. Four of Wands, beautiful. The lovely Four of Wands, celebratory, beautiful. To me, it's like the 1111 card. There it is off in the distance. It's a wedding ceremony, so to me, it's always newness, right? Celebration of something new, the beginning of life partnership for some. What's crossing us? Oh, King of Wands. Yes, well, the King of Wands can be someone who has not yet claimed this, right? Sometimes if it's a challenge in the challenge position, there may be a challenge around somebody who may not yet have claimed what it is that's available to the two of you. Yeah, and the root of the problem here, we've got the Empress, Divine Feminine. In the past, Nine of Swords, lots of struggle here, persevering. No, Nine of Swords, not Nine of Wands. I'm sorry. Nine of Swords still struggle with a lot of worry and anxiety, a little bit of preoccupation with something here. Top of mind, justice, fairness, balance, harmony. In the near future, Five of Swords. This may feel like, yeah, I don't know if somebody's blowing smoke here, right? Like this almost feels like a little gaslighty. Maybe somebody's telling you something and you're not sure, you're trusting their intentions around it. Message from Spirit, Hanged Man. This person's hidden energy, Knight of Pentacles. So they're moving slowly, and potential outcome, there's the Moon. So it's, again, the Moon is, this is about your intuition and your fears and the insecurities of not knowing what's ahead, and therefore how you have to operate from intuition instead of fear. It's perfect for this exact moment. I love the Knight of Pentacles here, because you may be perceiving this person in the challenge position as not taking any action, of sort of maybe being a little bit more I'll do it on my terms, or like there's some control happening here. And I feel like Spirit's trying to give you this message with the Hanged Man, that there's a break for a reason. It's a temporary standstill. It's not permanent. And because in the hidden energies, we have this movement that's deliberate and slow, sure, but it's intentional. And it's still movement. And so the moon card and how things are unfolding going forward, it is that point where we've got to kind of trust, just as what I said to you about the Cancerian energy and the moon coming to home base. It is about trusting our gut, trusting our intuition, and not letting fear lead. So that's the base of this. Let's go jump in and get some clarity. Remember, it's a general, not a private, so it's not going to resonate for everyone, even though it's for the collective. It'll speak to some of you more than others. That's okay. Let's jump in. And before I get started, if you enjoy my work, don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't, definitely subscribe. It helps me build the channel. There's King of Wands. Two of Wands, High Priestess. Wow. Okay, so again, High Priestess is Cancerian energy because she's the moon in tarot, and there's the moon, which also talks about emotions and intuition, as does the High Priestess. So we're getting lots of clarity that this is very relevant to this particular lunation. We're getting this King of Wands twice. The King of Wands mantra in my experience is always, I see it, I want it, I claim it, it's mine. That's the upright energy of the King of Wands. In reverse, it's a little bit more controlled. Can come through as an unavailable lover. Somebody that's like, well, when I want it, I'll let you know. And that may be the challenge here. And the reason why I say this is because what's coming through from the bottom of the deck, which is what you can't see, because it's either in your unconscious awareness, their unconscious awareness, or somehow playing out behind the scenes, is what your intuition is trying to tell you about this. And the Two of Wands is, what do you want? The Two of Wands, all the twos are choices and decisions, choosing the path. And I feel like the challenge here is, what's crossing you is, it's about the beginnings of things, or the next leg of the journey in this connection, let's say it that way, could be leading to something more lasting, right? The beginning of life partnership. We're not going to be pussyfooting around in the dating pool anymore. This is getting more serious perhaps for you, or at least you're looking in that direction. What does this person want? King of Wands, Two of Wands. And that challenge is with the King of Wands. What's your intuition telling you? What's your gut telling you about that? Okay, so I'm not saying that there's anything problematic, but in the near future, you may be sensing that there's an imbalance here, that you're either not getting it straight from this person, or that there may be something that isn't, designed to serve your best interest here. Do you see where I'm headed? Okay. Because at the root of the problem, we have divine feminine energy, very open and receptive. Here, the Empress. Judgment, Page of Swords, Five of Pentacles. So I feel like there's something that's been happening here that's leaving you feeling sort of either deemed unworthy, or maybe feeling devalued in the situation somehow. Five of Pentacles could be, some of you may have been ghosted. Some of you may be feeling abandoned or shut out on some level. And there is this, the root of the problem is you want to be forgiving. You want to come from this energy of, we can reconcile this, maybe open and receptive to a reunion. But with that Page of Swords, which is your curiosity, is like, yeah, but there's something I don't know here. I need more information. I need to hear it from their lips, right? Like I need to kind of hear them say this is what they want, right? Because you're still living with this unsettled energy. And so your intuition is sort of telling you with this High Priestess here, I need to hear it from them. That's why the King of Wands is coming through as the challenge. So let's see the Nine of Swords in the past, which makes sense. Lots of sleepless nights, worry, very unsettled. Four of Pentacles starting to kind of close in, shut down, walls go up sky high. King of Cups and the Fool underneath. It looks to me like on some level this is somebody you love very deeply, but you're not really getting that back from them. The King of Cups, not always great at expressing feelings, doesn't mean they don't have them. It's Scorpio. It's associated with the sign of Scorpio, which rules the 8th house. Very deep feelings, lots of things felt deeply and then suppressed, sometimes repressed. So it's like, it's feeling to me lots of worries about the emotional availability, right? And so you began, because we're looking at the past here, to kind of shut down and protect your heart. With the Fool underneath, it's kind of coming through as risk assessment. Not really ready to take any leap of faith here. Lots of worry. And now top of mind is, well, is this going to, be fair to me? Things feeling out of balance. There's the Hanged Man. Nine of Cups. Yeah, things feeling very stuck, very stagnant. Complacency here. Lots of waiting, nothing really happening. So I'm seeing for you at this Nine of Cups would normally be a wish fulfillment card, but it's almost as if this person is coming at you with a, well, aren't things good as they are? Yeah. Nine of Cups can be complacency. Landing on that Hanged Man, nothing's changing. Nothing's happening here with the Seven of Pentacles from the bottom of the deck. You've been waiting for something to happen, for something to change, for something to shift, for something to evolve. It's feeling like, yeah, nothing's happening. It's not feeling fair. It's not feeling like there's a level playing field. I'm not seeing the Six of Pentacles, but I'll tell you, I've seen it in a lot of the readings I've done in this series so far in the month of January, is that there's a lack of reciprocity. There's a one-sidedness to the energy you're putting out versus what's coming back in. And that's been causing some frustration. So let's feel the Five of Swords, or at least disappointment. The Six of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, I've seen it a lot. Okay. Well, the Five of Swords to me can often be like an unfair fight, or something where you feel the deck is stacked against you, no pun intended, where it seems like you could question somebody's intentions. And we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Pentacles. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune talks about the timing of things, and whether it's divine timing, or whether well, are we in a good karma phase here or a bad karma phase here, and is it going to work out? Is it going to work in my favor? And that Ace of Wands from the bottom of the deck suggests that there's an opportunity that might be playing out behind the scenes. Reigniting the torch of passion, somebody finally feeling that divine gift of inspired passion to take some action that they have not yet taken. So the karma could be changing, could be moving in your favor, despite your feeling that, or your thought process is a better way for me to say it, your thoughts that something feels very unfair, right? And we already have justice, not things not being on a level playing field, and feeling very stuck or very on hold or very stagnant, and like your person's kind of complacent, growing complacent. You're waiting, and in the near future it kind of shifts into, not only is this not a level playing field, and now I'm questioning, it's not fair, right? And so then it feels, maybe you're thinking it's not fair, but is it something we can work through? Is it fate? Is it something that's destined, that if we work on it, things could improve? And there's a little bit of a glimmer here. We got to look for the glimmers, people. We all find the triggers real easily. Let's look at the glimmers. There's a glimmer here with that Ace of Wands, that something could be behind the scenes, looking up. So let's see what Spirit says to you about the Hanged Man. Page of Cups, Tower, Chariot. So yeah, I feel like there's a shift in an apology for all that instability, for things being on hold. And it could be that this is an apology for something that seemingly wasn't sustainable. Not necessarily that things fell apart, but that it certainly caused you that moment of, oh my God, this isn't going anywhere. It has fallen apart. I think it's an apology for that, because the card from the bottom of the deck is about progress, moving forward. It's a victory card, right? It's like a we got this. And I am seeing that Page of Cups as Spirit's way of saying it's worth the sacrifice. It's a temporary standstill and it's a bit of a sacrifice, but the payoff is sort of this opportunity for this person to explain themselves, to make sure you understand that they're being sincere, that they're sorry, or at least on some level didn't mean it to cause you this state of instability, and that there will be some forward motion and progress. It's going on behind the scenes probably already. That's what that Ace of Wands is about. These two cards are telling me that you're getting out of the waiting game. You're getting out of the stagnancy. You can't see it. That's why I pull these cards. But let's look in the hidden energy for your person, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Two of Cups. Strength card, Hierophant. This person is moving very slowly and deliberately and methodically, beginning with the end in mind for this connection, aware that they kind of got to get their nerve up and overcome some obstacles themselves. And they've got the theme of commitment that they're moving toward. And they could have some issues that they have to deal with and face. It's going to be different for all of you because it's a general reading, but some people have issues around conventional committed relationships. Some people have things that they have to take care of, whether it's personal or financial, or whether it's geographic, or whether, think about your situation. What might this person need to overcome that requires them to take their time before they enter into a committed relationship with you that goes the distance, that is headed towards some form of life partnership? Okay, so it's not just that this person can't make up their mind or is leaving you hanging. It's that they have things to take care of. And so they're being very deliberate. This is a nice picture here. Okay? Don't look this particular gift horse in the mouth, Knight of Pentacles. It's a good thing. Okay? Sometimes you got to trust your intuition that what you can't see won't kill you, won't bite you, is moving toward you slowly for a reason. So let's see the moon, how things might unfold going forward. There it is, my loves. You have to use your emotions as a navigation tool, right? For your intuition. And use both of them. Like your intuition and your emotions are co-pilots, right? And it feels to me like there's some healing here that's brought to bear. We have new beginning, we have life partnership, we have that healing energy of the full moon in Cancer. It's what it's all about. We have the security of the future, but it begins with an offer, a solid offer. Again, the hidden energy of that Ace of Pentacles is following on the heels of a commitment card, following on the heels of a progress card, following on the heels of an Ace of Wands, following on the heels of, why am I waiting so long? Maybe I can't trust this person. Five of Swords. Maybe there are things happening behind the scenes that are very valid and that are holding something really beautiful for you that you're not even aware of. So we got to work on improving our approach to creating home within ourselves, a container for a sense of emotional safety, how to work with fear, and use our emotions and our intuition sort of as co-pilots, right? To navigate the unknown. That's what I'm looking at here. Yeah. Your first test is coming up tomorrow, because after the full moon in Cancer, Venus will square Jupiter on the 14th. Squares, difficult energy. So that's where you need to manage your expectations, because whenever Jupiter is involved in a square, things can be over the top. So especially with Venus as the square partner, it's over the top in love and money. So you got to manage your expectations. Okay. So you get your first test right out the gate. All right. So I'm going to give you the astrology here, but don't forget the link to the extended is below. Don't forget to subscribe, of course. And here we go. We have the King of Wands twice. That's Leo. We have the High Priestess is the Moon, which rules Cancer. Empress is the is Venus, Taurus and Libra. Judgment is Pluto, rules Scorpio. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. King of Cups, Scorpio. The Fool is the planet Uranus, which rules Aquarius. Justice is Libra. Hanged Man comes out twice. That's Neptune, which rules Pisces. Wheel of Fortune is here. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, coming in with a sincere message. Tower, Mars rules Aries. Cancerian energy in the Chariot. Yes, we're moving forward. We've got Knight of Pentacles is Virgo. The Strength card is Leo. Hierophant here is Taurus, nice and solid and grounded and committed. The Moon is Pisces. That's what we've got. And of course, don't forget, Queen of the Moon, sovereignty. That's what I have for you. I'm headed to the extended where I will go Aries through Pisces and give you mini spreads for this lunation and what you might want to release. Okay? that's what that's where I'm headed. I'll see you there in a second. Bye for now.